you had a unique conversation. I believe it was like a TED Talk type of situation where you're talking about like work-life balance is almost non-existent, but just if you're trying in all phases, you're phenomenal.
I think so. What's work-life balance? Everyone has their own rules. Like I have friends that think work-life balance is 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Okay. Like I have other friends that think it's 9 to 7, Monday through Friday. Okay. I have other friends that think it's 9 to 9, Monday through Saturday. Okay. Like as long as the people in your circle are cool with it, like there's all sorts of, there's a cost to everything. There's just real life circumstances. Like the big thing that I focus on is when I talk about shit, I'm not trying to tell everyone that I'm right about what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to convince anyone. I'm trying to share observations with the hope that it helps someone. That's a very different framework. I don't think the thing I talk about is applicable to everyone. That's insane. I just think that I love observing and have been doing it for a long time. I don't even talk from my framework. Most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth is not just me, it's what I've lived in combination to what I've observed for the last 30 years, because that's what I do for a living. I pay attention for a living. That's why I have an advertising firm. Like I'm interested in the collective, but that will never be the reflection of an individual. Gen Z, when people are like, Gen Z sucks. I'm like, are you a fucking idiot? Do you know how many Gen Z kids I know right now are grinding their asses off and have incredible work ethic? And do you know how many lazy boomers I know? To just blanket paint these observations is wild. Are there rationales to why there's general statements? Sure. Are those things sometimes like pretty close to on the nose? Sure. Like I get it, but like nothing is directly one by one.
Right.
That goes to one-on-one, you with you. Only you know. And you have to make yourself happy because you can't make anyone else happy unless you're happy.
Right.
That's real.
I love it. I know we're getting the spinning wheel of death in the back there. So
come on, bro, we're rolling here.
Oh man,
can we go into overtime?
You hit yours. I have another good area too that I think would be a lot of fun.
What's
go
that?
Ahead. I said nothing. He was talking about it. You
you go
one.
ahead.
I said I also have one. I was wanting to get into. Okay, you have Vayner Sports Media.
Yes.
You have your agency.
Yes.
NIL.
Yes.
Getting into that, like you obviously represent, or your company represents
Vayner
professional
Sports has
athletes.
Plenty of NIL
Correct.
And pro athletes.
And so you're getting into the world of college. I just got off the phone this morning with a college coach. It's like, man, you know, there's always a new thing of like how the NIL is just out of control. He's like, bro, I am telling you, every player in the end of year meetings they gave a number and said if they don't get that number, they're going to get the world because they all have representation. I
love it.
What is your thought on the NIL world?
Love. Here's why. Not because I'm in the NIL business. That's called capitalism. I love all my capitalistic friends. I have a lot of, this is I've got such a fun answer for this. Ready?
Yeah.
My life, because I'm in the business. Unlimited entrepreneurs,
Ready to go.
unlimited dinner and drinks with very well-to-do individuals who love their universities and are boosters to the universities, complaining about NIL. Unlimited. I'm like, let me get this straight. You are a real estate mogul. You had a free capitalistic American market to make money, and you loved it. You have benefited from being able to have the market be an open market. And now you're going to sit here and tell me that you like communism? What do I think about NIL? I think it's fair. I think the University of Alabama made a fuckload of money over the last 20 years. And do I think that the humans that directly impacted that are entitled to an opportunity to be a piece of the action? I sure do, because I love capitalism. And for every hypocrite that is into entrepreneurship and capitalism and fucking alpha this and winning and competition, you better shut your fucking mouth about NIL, because you are a fucking hypocrite if you don't like it. Oh, you mean you don't like that you liked it in the past because your college was good and these new rules may reset the deck? That I understand. You're a diehard UT fan and you're sad, or you're a diehard Notre Dame. Like, I get it.
Nebraska.
I get it. I see it. I'm going for some Razzie stuff. I'm trying to get some emotions. It worked. It worked. You know, like, yeah, man. I think it's, what do I think about it? I think it's fair.
I love that.
And people that are crying about it, fucking buckle up. compete.
I love the answer.
I love that.
Now put yourself on the board of looking at the structure compared to, like, you look at the professional market in the NFL, contracts and everything else. The college world is more of just anybody can leave at any point in time. If you're sitting on the other end of the table advising that board, what would be your opinion about it?
Let's push for contracts. You know what the best part about merit is? You can adjust. Notice how they're not running fast to contracts. Why? It works for them too.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. And he gave me the look too, so it's almost like
2024.
That sounds like that was a banger point. Yeah.
If you don't like NIL, you hate America and you hate capitalism.
Yes. By the way, and pretty non-debatable. I can't wait for the rebuttal to why not. It's either merit and capitalism or it's not.
Hey, bro,
it's binary.
Yeah.
Because I was always sat there, I was like, maybe some rules and regulations would be great. But literally, it took this conversation. And we were like, absolutely, that's 100% right.
Because I think to myself, I'm like, yeah, they do have to get it figured out because it is kind of a wild west.
That's a wild west out there. Yeah,
it's the Wild West, like every other business on earth.
Because you think about it, as football players, we look at it as like,
of course,
when we went to school, there was no NIL, and there's got to be a sense of loyalty.
These kids.
These kids nowadays are built so soft. You have that kind of mentality.
Of course.
And all it takes is one guy with a 30-second answer, and you're like, well, fuck, with
the little nod and the smile.
Let me give you something. Let me give you a little something on top of it that you guys are gonna like, because you've met the OGs. You're doing that, and I get why you're doing that. What about the Hall of Fame offensive lineman who played an entire career and made less money than the 7th offensive lineman of every team in the NFL right now?
Which is a great point, because we had on.
Also, the economy was worse then.
Yeah.
You could get a hamburger for 15 cents and a soda pop.
Hey,
you guys should have saved.
You're right.
Ready for this? Run the inflation numbers. Y'all did better.
You're right.
I know you did better.
I see what's going on here. Medium house income now, it's like 270% in the last 30 years, though.
Yeah, because we've sat with, we've had Ed McCaffrey on, Marshall Faulk. We had an older interview with Mike Allstott, and it's like they walk out of the room and you're like, man, we are, in our world, in the whole alpha, it's like, we are so much softer than what that generation was based on the things that we want to push for now.
And their granddaddies literally were playing at college football and then an hour later had to go to Germany and die. I don't understand how people don't have history lessons.
It's so funny you say that. Even when I was playing, Gary, we
got Gary B in the house. History lessons.
Did anyone take history in fucking high school? Like, what the fuck?
Next time Gary comes in the show, we need to put a camera behind you so you can have this look back at it. Have a light hand back to you.
I need more cameras next time. All right, my team's yelling. I gotta get the fuck out of here, but I'm rooting for you guys heavy. Congrats. By the way, Real Flowers, I also love your audience. I read comments for a living. The way your audience love y'all, the demo, and just the vibe of this whole thing, it's real good. I'm so glad we did this. Thank you.